everybody, it's Geek Girl Cook, and I'm back with another video. Welcome everybody. Those of you who've been here before, welcome back. Those of you who've been here for the first time, welcome, and I hope you come back. Today we're going to be doing red stew fish. I was going to say chicken, but we're doing red stew fish. All right, so just stay tuned and we're going to get right to it. All right, see you in a few. All right, I'm back. So well, let me start with the fish I'm going to use. This is called sea bass. I caught it myself with my own hands, and I cleaned it with my own hands. Yes, I am a fishing woman, and I love fresh fish. But anyway, we're going to use the sea bass. We're going to use some Lawry seasoning salt, some ground ginger, onion powder, garlic powder, allspice, and we're going to use ketchup and thyme. We're going to use, I usually use all kind of peppers, but this is what I had. I have the green pepper, green bell pepper, and I have onion. And I have this thing right here. This thing right here. This ain't no punk ass pepper right here. I don't know exactly. I thought I picked up Scotch Bonnet, but I don't think it's Scotch Bonnet. I think it's the halibut. I don't know, habanero. That's how they pronounce it. Whatever. But it's no punk. Be careful with this right here. All right. You're gonna be very careful when you cook with this. I'll explain to you later on how we're gonna do that. All right. So let's get the fish seasoned. Now, sea bass is a thick fish. Very meaty. So what I do, I slice them this way, so it can cook very good. So it can cook through. My fish is already cleaned and ready to go. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to rinse my hands. Even though my hands are clean, I prefer to put on gloves. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. Never fails, right? If you've been here before, you already know. She ain't never got all her stuff together. Exactly. Now, with this fish, before you stew it, we're going to fry it. So right now, my oil is over there. Somebody's calling. Let me get rid of that call. All right, so I'm back. Sorry about the interruption. I was getting a call, but I got my gloves on. So right now, we're going to season this fish. I don't know if I said it before I was interrupted by a call, but I have my oil heating. You want to cook this on a very high, well, I would say medium high fire, because you want it to cook hard, not dried out but hard, so when you put it in the stew, it don't become a soup. If you know what I'm saying. But I'll show you as we go. So I put the seasoning salt in. This is the onion powder. I wanted to get in the little folds. Sorry, the cuts, the folds. I didn't do that with the seasoning salt because I just didn't. I'm going to rub it in anyway with my hands and get it in there. All right. This is the garlic powder. Alright, we're gonna do the ground ginger. Not much, just a little. Uh-oh, and I forgot some stuff. My black pepper and me accents. Oh yeah. Now you can the very best way to do this is to season this the day before. But I don't be having time like that. So this is how it works for me. I'm sorry. Sorry to disappoint some folks. So that part is done. I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to do this side now. This is a very thick, meaty fish. It's so delicious, though. It's not a thick, dry fish, if you know what I mean. It's not dry. It do not cook dry. It don't dry up on you like a thick chicken breast. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just rub it in. You know, put some seasoning inside these little slits. Alright. Now, the reason why I don't cook the heads on this, the head, if you know sea bass, the head is humongous. It won't, I don't have a frying pan that head can fit into. So, this is what it's going to be today. Alright? So, that's nice and seasoned. Let's get over to the stove. Just rinsing my gloves off. Alright, so hold on. We're going to the stove now. Alright, so we by the stove. This oil is hot. I hope it's hot enough. You want it to be hot because you don't want your fish to tear up. If you put this fish in and the oil is not hot, more than likely it's going to tear up. So I hate oil popping on me. I'm like a kid. I'll drop it and run. So to prevent the marathon, let me just put it this way. No, it's not hot like I want it to be. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this fire up, but I'm not going to touch that. If I touch that right now and try to move it, it's going to tear up on me, and I don't want that. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to leave that right there. I turned up the fire. And we're going to see what happens. Now I already made some walleyes right there. That's nothing. That's a pot full of oil that I like to preserve. Food prices is through the roof. If you got some clean oil that maybe you just fried some chicken in and you want to use it again, or you made some french fries in that mamma jamma, you better save that oil. You see the price of oil? Huh. I'm going to go in with this other piece. I think we'll be good. And usually when you fry fish hard, you tend to not use as much oil, but this is such a thick fish. You know, I use a little more oil than I normally would. And like if I fry a porgy, if I want to fry a porgy for stewing, I wouldn't use this much oil. So like I said, again, this is a big, thick, clean fish. Alright, so I'm going to come back when it's time to flip it. I'll be back. Alright, so we're back. Let's see if this... Yep, yeah. And don't worry, this fish is not burnt. When you put seasoning on food and you don't batter it, the seasoning always going to cook on it. Alright, so don't worry. Oh yeah. We're going to let that other side cook. Remember, once you put your fish in, don't touch your fish. Alright, don't touch the fish. Don't touch the fish. think you got the message. All right, we'll be back. All right, so I'm back. The finished product is right here. This is the fried fish. All right, so now, let me make some noise. Now I have my frying pan heating up. What you do first, a little piece of water go away. Okay. Just gonna put a little oil in it. This is what I'm gonna saute my vegetables in. Well, I'm gonna do the stew in this, but then the oil is where the vegetables are going. I'm right behind you. Just grabbing my veggies. All right, putting everything in there. Yep, even that pepper. That pepper, the dangerous pepper, it's all right in there, as long as it's not open. If it's not open, it's fine. Alright, just gonna saute them up a little bit. What I'm going to do is put just a little bit more oil in it. Alright, good. Sorry for the noise if you guys hear noise. They're working outside of my house. It's annoying. But hopefully you don't hear it too bad. Like I told you earlier, usually I have so many different peppers. I have orange pepper, yellow pepper, red pepper, all the peppers. Remember, this is stewed fish, so you don't have to cut your vegetables down small. Because usually I like my sauce to go over my rice, and I like the vegetables on top of the rice. It smells so good. It's like, what is it about cooked onions? You smell it nice. So now, I'm going to put a little bit of garlic in. Not much. A little more. I like garlic, but. Gonna put about this much allspice. You could put less, you could put more. Then I'm gonna put some thyme in it. Let me just rinse it real quick. Right, put some thyme in there too. You know, normally on a regular stove, this could have been done while the fish was frying. But if you see the size of this pot and the size that I would have did the fish in, is the same size. If you can see, it would not have fit. So I said, what the heck? Just use one pan then. Let's the wash when I'm done. God knows I hate washing dishes. But I do. I wash as I go. Alright, so we're going to let that cook down. Not all the way. Kind of a saute. You know, not much more than this. But nobody want to sit there and watch them cook. I'll be back. Alright, so I'm back. The onions are how I want them. So what I'm going to do now, it might seem strange to some, but for some it might be normal. Woo-hoo. Ketchup. Yep. Catches up. Catches up. Now, it might look weird, but it's not going to stay weird. Now, I don't know if I told you guys before. Well, I know I told the people that have been here before, but the people that's returning for the first, well, excuse me. I've told the people that return here already. For the new people, I'll tell you this. Always keep some hot water on deck when you're cooking. I had my water hot, but it cooled down, so I'm just reheating it over there in my kettle. I'm going to cook this ketchup. In fact, I'm going to put some more because the water is going to dilute it a lot. So we're going to cook this ketchup. That's what I'm doing right now. Cooking the ketchup. By the time I finish with it, it's not going to taste like ketchup. Those of you who've used ketchup before for a stew or even put it in your food, let's say for instance oxtails, you make oxtails, put ketchup in it also. Ketchup thickens it and just make it nice and savory. Right? Now, I'm putting my water in the pan that I seasoned it in. That way, I can have those seasonings too. I told you it's a recession. No need to waste stuff. Those little seasonings in there, it's going to be used. Alright. Let that cook down a little, kick up a little bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to put some seasonings in there. I'm going to put some onion powder, some garlic powder, my favorite, MSG, accent, whatever you call it. Now please, don't come for me with the amounts. How much? I don't know. You'll feel it in your hand. You'll feel it. You will. Alright, we're gonna let that just cook a little bit before I even taste it, because I don't want to taste it and it got cakes of seasoning in my mouth. I don't like that. I don't like that. So right now, I'm just gonna cover it, and I'll be back. All right, so we're back. I'm gonna see what it needs in it. All right, that's pretty good. But because of the tomato, and the acidy taste, you guys know what I'm getting ready to do, right? Clap, clap. But only a little bit. We're not trying to make syrup. We're trying to just cut some of that acid. All right. And what else I'm gonna put in here? I'm gonna put a little bit of Maggi Daggy chicken flavor. Yep, you heard it right. Chicken flavor and fish. Yep. Gotta step out the box sometimes. Can't be afraid. Okay, let me see where we at now as far as taste. Perfect. Now, this is what I'm getting ready to do. I'm getting ready to bust this pepper open. Listen to that noise. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm going to bust this pepper open and leave it. Just stir it around. I'm not leaving nothing. I'm just going to stir it around. And then I'm taking it out. Now I'm going to see if there's enough heat. Hey, if you like it super hot, leave that, bust it, leave it open if you want. But I can't enjoy hot food. I just cannot. Stove. Ooh, can't stand it. So I'm going to taste this again. All right, so I'm going to put my pepper back in. Not enough pepper, not enough heat. Oh. I took it out so fast because I think I seen a seed go in, and everybody know the seed on the pepper. Woo woo woo. I can't believe that they're making this noise in my video. Unbelievable. But I can't do nothing about it. I'm so sorry, and I hope you can hear me. I hope it's not loud and annoying to you guys as it is to me. You know, I'm going back in with my pepper. Alright, I'm really afraid of this pepper, so I'm not putting no more. I'm not going to put it back in there. Alright, you see how it thickened up? Some of that ketchup is really, it'll really thicken up your food if that's what you want. You could also use canned tomato sauce if you want to. I feel like going outside and telling those guys something, giving them a piece of my mind. You know, I had to change up my words because I wanted to say something else. But you know what I mean. Go out there and get them a piece of my mind. It's not enough heat, but I'm not messing with that pepper no more. I'm going to put some cayenne pepper in it. And be careful with that cayenne pepper too, because that sucker could be hot. Cayenne pepper also be hot. So I'm not going to do anything else with this here, but put the fish in. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, just going to lay my fish right in. See? Was that simple or what? Remember, we're not making soup. So the stew is not supposed to, the fish should not be immersed in a big old pot of juice or whatever you want to call it. Just like this. So this is actually done. It's done. Put some in these little cuts. Alright, that's done. Wasn't that easy? You didn't know you could do it, right? Didn't know you can do it. That's why I say fry it hard as you can stand it, you know, to your texture, how you like it, because if you don't, it'll tear up. It's fish. Fish is soft. Alright, so I'll be back. I'm going to make a plate and I'll be back. Alright guys, I'm back and this is the finished product. This is it. Alright, so if you want to know how to make this, all you gotta do is watch this video to this entirety. And if you listening to me say this, that means you did. Hooray for me. Anyway, this is the end. So please like, share, and please subscribe to my channel. There's many more videos where this come from. And if there's any suggestions, you can put it in the comment and I'll gladly reply. Thank you so much. You have a great day.